Hi, Ritika.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can?
Yes, perfect. So we will be recording this, and this is going to go on YouTube. So you're comfortable, right? You're in one place, sitting in one place.
I I'm okay. I'm okay.
Awesome, great. So it's just going to be general question answers, nothing specific. I know you did not need to prepare, so I didn't
Ah,
say anything. Kuch aise generic we are going to talk, right?
sure, sure, sure.
Oh,
Thank you so much for this.
of course. We'll hope to keeping fingers crossed. We'll hope to get it to hundreds and hundreds of listeners, but let's see.
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this epic parents cohort today. I'm very excited to have one of my most favorite parents as part of the Parent Academy and Parenting Inner Circle. She has been a constant driving force for me to do more because of her contributions in our community and because of the way that I have seen her journey transform as a parent and also encouraging others. So, a big, big welcome to Mythri Venkatesh. Mythri, welcome.
Hi, Ritika. Thank you so much, and thank you for this humble uh introduction of mine. Thank you so much for
Yes,
calling me in.
absolutely. I think it is less that I have spoken about you, and I can see you're in beautiful in the midst of nature. And this is something I recommend a lot of parents to do, right? Increase your own green time, increase your children's green time, and your screen time will be taken care of. Uh,
Yes.
and Mythri, just as an introduction, is also an architect who focuses on sustainable architecture. So it's actually quite a blessing and a privilege to have her in our group because all we are talking about in the parenting inner circle is about sustainable practices, whether it is about your life, your choices, what you buy, how you live, how you raise children, how you nurture a loving environment. It all has to have an element of sustainability in it. So tell me a little bit about, first of all, I want to know more about you, Mythri. What motivated you to come into this idea of sustainable architecture?
See, I am an architect, passed out in 2004, and I've been doing architecture from then, say interior, whatever, whatever. But then I was in an MNC, and then it was like too much. I mean, you understand MNC, the pressure, the hierarchy, the whatever the thing that it actually pulled me out of that. I was not in a state to continue it after 3 years of continuous working.
Hmm.
Then I got into definitely Soulflow, the Inktober, which actually put me into the thing. Like when I quit my job, I was like, what do I do? I was in a state of depression, maybe not in a depression, but still, I was like, what do I do? How do I come out of this? And then when I got into this Soulflow, I started sketching, and this got back to my college days where I was enjoying doing sketching outdoors, indoors, everything.
Hmm.
And after that, when I joined the community, then this is when I have to mention Sanchari was the one who actually told me, yes, keep a niche on what you're doing.
Hmm.
And now, architecture, yes, but then what is it that I can do more to
Hmm.
the society or to the living with this current environment of pollution, the environmental stress, and all that? Then I'm like, let us start a small, I mean, it's not a bigger step. Let's start with small steps of doing things with sustainability.
Hmm.
Start with indoor planting and materials which you can use sustainable materials and all that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not continuing doing my architecture practice. I am doing, but this is my, what do I say, part of my journey as well.
Yeah, I think it's a big lesson for parents that even if you are at a macro level looking after whatever it is, whether it's architecture or medicine or whatever is your field of interest, it's always good to find out what is that niche or that sub niche that you most resonate with. And that's what I have
Yes,
learned from your journey, that, focusing on one small thing, small steps can at least help you feel more aligned, that, yeah, this is more aligned to my mission and who I am. And then you
mm,
slowly start growing in that area. And a lot of parents in
correct.
our community, Maitri, you will appreciate that they feel somewhat at a sense of loss कि पता नहीं क्या करना है, where is my life going, this thing
Yes.
about identity loss that many parents, especially the primary caregivers, have. I want to
Hmm.
ask you, you have two sons and you have raised them
Yeah.
beautiful boys and they are achieving so much in their sports and all of their life. How has your journey been? How have you juggled parenting with your career?
I have to tell you this. I think every mother goes through this in the beginning of her motherhood journey, right? I had a son when I was hardly 24 years, got early married, got my son early, all
Yeah.
family pressures, you should understand.
Yeah.
And it somehow went. I never thought about how my career would go.
Mm.
It was about me, my son, my family. That's all. And I would just like going along with the wave, doing my things and
Mm.
all that. Then it came to a point where I had to have a second child as well.
Mm.
Same thing, just got in my family thing and not concentrated on myself. This
Mm.
is what I said when I was actually when they grew. It was a struggle. See, housework, then go to office, come back again, look after the kids. Though I had my mother-in-law and my husband looking after them when I'm in my absence, say during the afternoon,
Mm.
I would hurriedly go back from office back home to see what my kids are doing. See,
Mm.
there is my what do I say? I have lost in to see what those tender moments were during their tender ages.
Mm.
But then no regrets. I have had a real good time with them.
Yeah.
Took them around in the evenings out, just had a stroll in the night, or go to the parks in the weekend,
Mm.
visit my parents with them. So it just went on. Yeah.
Yeah, so you basically made the best of what you had in terms of your time and resources. And I
Yes.
think one thing which you had mentioned is very important, which is the family support and support from a community, if not family around, because it is not, it should not be a lonely journey. Parenting cannot be done all by oneself. And I always tell mothers, especially, not to think of themselves as super moms. That is not a tag of pride. It is something that we just think this is attainable, but it's not, because once you do 100 things, you feel I could have done 101, 102.
Yeah.
So there is no end to this. You have to also tell yourself that you have your limits and you have your human needs and all of that, which also need to be balanced. And I think that's something that I have really come to understand and accept in my journey as a parent. So now
Yes.
let's come to the idea of parenting inner circle and the parent academy, and how has this sort of helped you over the course of the last year or so that you've been a part of the community. Tell us a little bit about what you have gained, a couple of things that you have gained from the community.
I should be telling you that yes, it's almost a year since I joined you, Ritika. Though my kids have been teens, it was difficult. It is difficult also
Mm.
to actually cope up with the teenage, the
Mm.
boys, especially two boys.
Yeah.
And the first 3 days that you had the boot camp, I joined in. I
Mm.
think that was an eye opener for me. Especially the 6 sentences is my favorite forever, and I've used it till date. And when I've had a bad time, not bad time, maybe a stressful time,
Mm.
I go back to that, just think about how I should be addressing my kids. And I
Mm.
think I'm trying to follow most of the time. It's not 100%. I'm definitely wanting to do it with full hearted 100%. I will try and do it.
So one of the reasons why you are able to follow, even if it is 40, 50, 60%, I'll tell you, Mythri, I have observed this about you. The reason you are able to implement even that much, which is very appreciable, is because you are a committed learner. I see you
Uh-huh.
showing up in my classes, in my sessions, in my course, in my boot camps. You are there, and something which many of us seasoned members in the community are saying, that their next generation, or maybe if they are mother-in-law, then the daughter-in-law is not probably giving that much time, but the older generation, those whose kids are slightly older, teens and beyonds, are investing their time in learning. And this is something that I want to
Yes.
change. I want everyone in the younger generation to take this upon themselves कि हम
Yes.
mistakes करके, we are not going to wait to make a blunder. Let's actually preemptively learn and do better.
Correct. Correct, correct. Nobody is perfect, Kritika. So I think we will have to learn through our mistakes. And nothing, I mean, there's no time when you have to learn something. It's not about when you should learn. It's about how and what you should learn, when you should take your step.
Exactly. So again, both things. Of course, we will make mistakes. We are fallible, and that is how we learn. But we must use the collective wisdom of people around us, because this is one thing which I'm seeing is going away in our society. We feel we are all individual units. Okay,
Mm,
everybody is only looking at their family, that limited circle of 4 or 5 people. My child should be successful. We should be rich. We should be wealthy.
mm, mm,
Whereas, if you look at how society has evolved over a period of time, and to thrive and to survive for so long, is because there was a community vision.
yes,
There was
true.
this thing that everyone should benefit, right? What you are doing in
Mm,
terms of sustainable architecture, you don't just want to make a sustainable house for yourself and live in it. You want to help
mm.
others also achieve it.
Others also, yeah, yeah,
Similarly, with the Parent Academy, I can very well just raise a brilliant child, which, touch wood, by God's grace, things are going that way, but and feel happy about it. But I wanted to bring this message out to so many families, because it is everybody's child who is going to be the part of that world where my child is going to be living as an adult, right? Everyone's
yes,
child is
yes.
important, and every child is important, every parent is important.
And
So
everybody is unique.
absolutely. Everybody is unique, and we need to accept that we cannot have the cookie cutter model where every child is aspiring for the same thing. Now,
Correct.
everyone has become an individual in their own right, and they can thrive in their own capacity if they are able to, or they're given the platform to have their own potential. And so many examples we've seen. I mean, look at D. Gukesh, all his
Mm,
wins, his chess wins, and he got that support from his family. He got that
yes,
direction. Even
yes,
if your family is not extremely well off or all of that, it is the concerted intentional effort that matters.
right.
So great. I mean, that's amazing to learn. What else do you think, a couple more things that you can tell parents, if those who are considering becoming a member of the Parent Academy or the Parenting Inner Circle, what do you think they can get out of this? And then next question is, what do you think I can improve?
Improvement, I should be improving, Ritika, on my parenting skills, because whatever you put it in your course is something that we wouldn't have thought about. We would always think that, yeah, I know this. Me being a parent, me being an elder, I know how to handle a kid. No, it is not. There are so many things that you've actually got into the course material that actually it's a wow. The
Yeah.
auras, the parenting auras, and just the previous class where we learned about the authoritative parenting and all those things, right? It doesn't see it. It might be generally we might be talking, but
Hmm.
then there are things that you've got it. The art and science itself is such a nice thing, getting into parenting and the Bollywood style that we just spoke about the other day. Wow, all these are really good. And I've been getting through every chapter, chapter by chapter. It's different. It's all so specific and too good.
Thank you so much. Yes, I think this was the reason I actually created the courses. I felt nobody teaches us about parenting. No school, no college really looks at, this is an important thing. Even if, let aside parenting, ultimately it is relationship management, right? And the same
Mm,
skills that we are talking about, you can use them with your spouse, at your
yes,
workplace. Everywhere you can use these skills. It's such an important skill to be able to effectively communicate, to be able to help somebody change their behavior slowly but surely. All these things are extremely important, and I love
it's
this.
very relatable, Ritika. It's very relatable. And whenever I think of, whenever I'm going through the course, I always relate to what happened before. How can I change and all that. So I think it's very good. And I've always told my sister also to
Hmm.
be a part of this, because I understand she has a girl child and even she needs a little bit of tips and tricks how to raise a child.
Absolutely. Your sister actually spoke with me. We've connected on WhatsApp, and I told her Mythri is my favorite student. I love the fact that you are so committed. And again, I tell, maybe the change is going to be only one or two things, but those one or two
Hmm,
things in your life will be pivotal. क्या होता है
sure.
ना, छोटे छोटे चेंजेस होते हैं. Somebody tells
Hmm,
you 10 things, but you pick up one, like getting up early in the morning and before sunrise and having a glass of water. Very
hmm,
small thing, right? But over
yes.
a period of time, that concerted action will lead to cumulative change and improvement. And that is exactly the path that you are on. Well, it is an
Very rightly
absolute
said.
Pleasure talking to you. Anything, any last words you want to share? Anything for me? Any feedback? I'd love to hear.
No, this is a course that any parent should be taking. I think let us spread, just not you. We will also try spreading this word so that most of the parents here take this up and we as a community thrive
Thank
as a community.
Thank you so much, Mythri. And for all those who are looking for some ideas in sustainable architecture or want to brainstorm, please feel free to reach out to Mythri Venkatesh. You can reach out to me and I can connect you to as well. And definitely do not miss any opportunity to live more mindfully. That is my
Thank you
message
so
to
much.
everyone.
Thank you so much, Ritika.
Thank you. Thank you, Mythri. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.